It is the Fantasy Rugby Yanks. My name is Jared Dyke. I wanted to say it's stupid and let's move on, but then you kept going.
I'm Ben Glauser. I don't like any way anybody handled that.
Collusion. Hey everybody, welcome back. It is the Fantasy Rugby Yanks. My name is Jared Dyke.
I'm Ben Glauser.
It's fantasy corner time. Let's do this thing.
I am having a second beverage.
I have a second one, but I actually didn't. I was too busy moving my lips and yapping that I didn't finish my other beer. But it's finished now.
There you go. It's just so easy to finish the Stormalongs.
I mean, well, yeah, they're dangerous. We know this.
Yes.
This is why Jared could have 4 in a match and wonder why he's shit-faced. Man, I didn't feel like I drank that much. Yeah, you drank 4 of them. Oh.
Yeah. Yep. That happened. Can confirm.
That can happen. Anyway, let's look at Champions League, Six Nations, and then we'll go to the other fun we got scheduled for this pod. In Division 1 here, we had some movement. Big movement for some. Yeah, George dropped 3 spots.
Oof.
George dropped 3 and Duncan jumped 2, so that's a bit of movement right there in the middle there.
Yeah, and I think we kind of just kept the same. Yeah, I'm still down at the bottom. Son of a woof.
You're not that far. Are you looking at our league, or are you looking at the podcast league? You look at Super Brew number 1. You look at Super Brew number 1.
Oh, Super Brew. Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, we're doing. That's right. I was looking at the. Okay, I was looking at FRD.
I had a decent. On FRD. No, we'll get to that later. We're going there for start sit.
Okay.
Yeah, no, and I was able to leapfrog Mark, but I actually dropped a 5th in the US, which okay, not bad.
I'm trying to find the.
I got ahead of the guy I wanted to in the US though.
There we go.
George,
that's
where'd
good.
You go sideways. Oh, Castle Collins. Yeah, that was not.
Oh,
good.
Game Engine is being busy on me. I can't.
Oh, it likes me. So
there you go. You keep at it.
Yeah,
just gonna.
I got it. Yeah, Castle Collins was kind of George's big hole. Didn't score well.
Right. I switched over to mail. I was silly. I switched over to Malins and then sat low. I thought that that would work out. Even with, Ramos only got 13. Low, obviously,
better than 4.
Well, but yeah. I made a couple mistakes like that. That was him, and I played Farrell over Sexton, and that did not go well for me either.
I had Finn.
Well, Lottie fucking da.
Yeah. So wait, no, I didn't. I didn't have Finn. Who did I have?
Oh, okay.
I had wait. I did have Finn. Okay. So I did not make that up in my head. Yes, I did have Finn.
Okay.
Yeah, because I had to make too many changes otherwise because of lineup issues. So my Finn was already my backup and Smith didn't start. So I was like, well,
I had him in the official Six Nations.
The official,
yeah.
Yeah. I did a little better on the official this week too. D2 has one more member. I don't think Terry's in this thing. Game Engine went busy on us, but that's all right. But yeah, we're working out the kinks with FRD and Super Rugby. So just bear with us if you're in D2. We're getting around to it, I promise. Getting around to it. But speaking of, we have a draft order to determine.
We do. For the Super Rugbies.
For the Super Rugby, which we will be doing this Saturday with our good friend George, who's going to hang out with us and talk more Super Rugby. May the gods let you be between me and George again.
No, fuck that shit. Uncool.
That was too fun. It's fun for me.
And George.
Yeah, definitely was fun for George. All right.
But yeah, there was nothing I could add to the conversation at all. It was quite
hands were tied. Hands were tied.
Fucking A.
Okay, so we got.
All right, pick better.
We got numbers. First number of the day is number 8.
Yes, can confirm.
Number 8. Okay.
Took the camera a little bit to focus on it.
Yeah. Camera doesn't like me these days. Never really did, but less so now. And let's see who we got here. Final pick, but you'll at least get a good.
Get the bounce.
There you go, buddy. You won't be between two of us.
All right, there we go.
It's Ben.
Unless you guys have 6 and 7.
I mean, you get 2 picks.
That's true. That's true.
You get 2 picks, but yeah, if it's one of us at 7, you're screwed.
Yeah.
You're a totally boned. Because we'll get you on one way and the other.
But at least I'm in position to pick up Hibosi.
Yeah, not a bad one.
Don't do that.
Don't you dare do that.
Don't do that. No, I mean he's sacked. So
right. 5. I feel like 5 is one of the worst. 4 and 5 is just one of the most annoying ones. Because you can't plan from a whole lot other than like a couple turns in front. Because you got a lot of picks between you no matter what. Mr. Mark. Mark is 5. And of course, our divisions will be odds and evens, as it usually is. All right. Next number is. Come on now. Help me out here.
So this time Jared has. Oh, okay. Here we go.
3.
This time Jared has used a sticky, and he's struggling to unstick the sticky from itself. So it's not like he previously. The issues that Jared has had is that he folds them like 5 or 6 times so that he doesn't see the number, whatever it is, and it takes him that long to unwrap it. Now, now it's just the unstick it, and has having similar issues. So I'm finding it hilarious.
Yeah, you're sitting here just laughing your ass off, aren't you? Cobus has 3, and they'll be in the same division as Mark.
That's Mark. Yep. And not my division. So
no,
you guys can have fun. I'm perfectly fine to not be in
Cobus. In the same division often, I have to say.
Yeah, perfectly fine not being in Cobus's division in Super Rugby.
Yeah. No, whose division I'm in a lot is George's.
Yes,
I'm in his division a lot. Notice that over the years. Whether we're doing Prem, Super Rugby, or whatever, it's like somehow I'm
or singing Spin Doctors.
Here we go. Here we go.
Uno, the opposite of me. Sorry, I'm looking at the Super Rugby rankings in the background.
Yeah.
Jared is number 1.
I swear. This has not been rigged. Trust me, I'm going to botch this anyway. My drafts are usually not that strong. It's usually my player movement afterwards that gets me.
Right. I'm really going to try to do better at the draft this year. See what I can get done.
Yeah. I swear, no matter what I do, if I have a top 2 pick, I find a way to pick the wrong fucking guy. I swear. I wish that wasn't the case, but it's true.
It's true. It's true.
Number 6.
Siete. No. Is that right? Seis. Thank you. What's siete? 7? Or am I just making that up? Is that 7, not even a thing?
7.
Okay.
Yeah. Dude, a guy came into my gym the other day trying to get training and was not speaking a whole lot of English. Like just he's from DR, like straight out of DR. I was like, oh, I am in so much trouble because I can hang with Spanish for a little bit and pick up on the key terms. Like fluent. No, one of my kids, perfect English. I was like, bless you.
Yeah.
Bless you. 6 is George.
All right, so George is
and he's in your division. Ha ha!
Okay. Yeah, we just we have 7, 4, and 2 to go.
2, 4, 7. And of course, I'll open them up to confirm.
Of course.
Come on. All thumbs, you see. Oh, there's 7.
There's 7.
Oh, your sniper is about to be picked. Let's see who it is. Do. We can do this. Justin.
Yep. Oof. Good luck, Jared. have fun with that crew.
So I got Justin. Oh fuck, Justin, Mark, and Cobus. Yeah, they're all my bugaboos too. Yuck. All right, let's see what we got left here. Oh, this one's well fucking sealed. Here we go. That's the right end. Got it.
Whereas I've got people that I've drank beers with.
Yeah,
because it's 4. Okay, 4. Although, so we're missing Duncan and Carrick.
Carrick, wake up for April. See if we can
not had the pleasure of a beer with Carrick, unfortunately.
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna push for that. So, speak of the devil,
there he is.
So 4 is Carrick. Right. And then confirm that this is in fact 2. So we know there's no tomfoolery going on over here.
It's a 7. No,
upside down. Actually, upside down. It looks more like a 5. Especially the way I write it, because
it's a backwards 5. It's an S. What the fuck?
And then, geez, I sealed this one good.
Dad also used the extra strength stickies.
Yeah, definitely.
Not the cheap brand. Duncan, there he is.
Duncan, yeah. I got the legit Post-its, not the knockoff versions. All right.
You get the Post-it. You got the.
No, so evens and odds. So it's me and Cobus, as we said, and Mark and Justin, who we'll talk a little bit about Justin's own project in a second here, which most of you know about if you're listening to us. If you don't, then you're going to be in for something nifty, that's for sure.
Yeah.
George.
Also, who you picking?
No idea. Again, I find ways to screw this up. All right, so the order
the NFL draft. You're technically on the clock now.
Yeah,
you can already you can announce your signing if you'd like. That's cool.
Lord and Surveyor is on the clock.
Yeah.
So the order is myself, Duncan, Cobus, Carrick, Mark, George, Justin, Ben, and obviously the inverse on the following round.
Wait, hold on, stop. What's your team name?
Lord and Surveyor.
That's
it's Hardy, obviously.
Well, but I mean that's hilarious. I love it.
Yeah, I was like, oh, I can mess around with this somehow.
I love that. That is fantastic.
I need to find a picture of like Artie and like some sort of Catholic get up just to laugh at it.
I'm in.
The even division is Duncan, Carrick, George, and Ben. Odd is myself, Cobus, Mark, and Justin. So the other thing that we want to talk about with FRD is this year we're going to be participating in our first Pink Slips League.
Yes. Fun. I'm excited and extremely scared.
I'm terrified, but I am also very excited because I've been very interested in this whole thing for a while. And in some ways, Pink Slips League was the inspiration for Champions League because we wanted something different to bring to the game, the games that were being played at the time. And so 2 years ago, we hatched this harebrained idea to do this. And it's been fun since, obviously.
Right.
Really, lots of credit to Justin and his pink slip leagues. So the gist of it is, if you lose to your opponent, you gotta give away someone that they choose. That's the gist. So for Ben and I, the weeks that we play each other, we're gonna announce our trade on the pod. So I will, if I beat Ben, I'll decide, and then when we get to Fantasy Corner, we'll drop it here. And if Ben beats me, same. So it'll be more fun for you all to look forward to.
And it doesn't it has to be someone from your starting lineup that week too. So it's not like full team kind of thing. Yeah, it's the it's not. Yeah, it's interesting. I'm looking forward to sorting it out and seeing how to work it.
Yeah, it'll be. Yeah, because you have to also give away someone from your starting lineup as well, right?
Yeah, it's like you can make like a favorable trade for yourself.
Yeah. So
I don't know the exact. I haven't reviewed the rules yet.
Yeah. So, but basically, yeah, you're giving up somebody from your squad by their choosing, and it's not going to be fun.
Right.
Either way. So I remember one year,
unless you lose to a really good team, in which case, like maybe it'll be an okay trade.
It won't be that bad. Yeah. Maybe it works out okay, which I'm sure happens every once in a while. I remember one year asking George, like, how did you get all those players on his team? And because he was in pink slips, and he had been tearing it up in pink slips, so he was taking everybody's good players. I was like, you son of a bitch.
I am looking forward to that aspect of it, because that's, it's unlikely to be me, but at the same time, the same time, man can dream, and I think I'd be a lot better if I could do that. So see how it works.
Here's hoping.
Yeah.
He's hoping for both our sakes. Anyway, so that's the draft, and yeah, of course, thanks to Justin for getting us into a pink slips league. Sounds like it's going to be a lot of fun. Okay, it is the return of Start Sit, because we've got Prem action to cover this weekend.
Yeah, we actually do. And then I believe, there's only 5 matches, so I'll take. We go to Ashton Gate first.
I think we're lining you up first, Chief.
Yep. So Bristol hosting Newcastle, which interesting matchup. Bristol are 6th in attack overall, 9th in defense. Newcastle are 13th in attack and 7th in defense. So, kind of kind of strength on strength in a way. For Bristol, the front row are maybe they could still score. Thacker could get over, but Newcastle are actually first against front rows. So that could be saying something. Bradbury's really the only other forward that's worth starting. Again, Newcastle are pretty good against the forwards. It's then we get to the back line. Newcastle are 8th against outside backs, but then they're worse against every other position. So they're like 10th, even down to I think 13th against centers or something. It's ugly. So yeah, the entire back line for Bristol. Maybe the front row, Bradbury, and then everybody from 9 out should be a worthy starter. For Newcastle. Their front row, Guy Pepper is the only other forward I'd rate. Brett Connon. Bristol are last in the league versus fly halves, and Connon's kind of been ripping it up a little bit of late. Maroney, and then but they're on the road here, so
are they? Oh shit,
yeah, it's a little different.
But you're right, I confuse that, but yeah, it still might work out.
Yeah, and then the Mighty Mice, Radwan and Carreras. Radwan, I'm sure, has things will be wanting to make statements because that there is a wing that seems to be open on the national team at this point. Not that Hassel Collins has been bad, but he's certainly not more than penciled in at this point.
Yeah, not quite there yet. I would agree with that.
So there's still time for Radwan to maybe make a case.
Agreed. Okay, it is over to King's Home. So same area of the country, same night. We're going Friday night. Gloucester and Quins. Quins will have some of their contingent back, but not all of it. Like Tommy Allen will be available. As long as
probably Edwards will start, right?
He's not hurt. Yeah, and I wouldn't be surprised if Will Edwards is starting, because Allen will have gotten off a plane probably yesterday from Italy. So
yeah, and again got his ass beat.
Yeah, just got crushed. I mean, maybe he stayed. Maybe because
maybe he may have stayed at home. Yeah,
that's a possibility as well. And in any case, So let's talk about Gloucester because they're hosts, and Twins are a little leaky in fantasy defense overall.
They are.
But centers less so. So, and there wouldn't be any centers I'd be too excited about when it comes to Gloucester anyway. So that's not a big deal. Loose forwards, yes, that's a big, like, glaring one. So probably Ludlow, and if Pelledri, yes. After that, I'm kind of meh on the back row for.
Agreed.
If maybe Clement plays, that'd be nice. I'd be into that. Scrum half, Charlie Chapman's the only scrum half that I really want from Gloucester. So, and actually Quins are just second to last.
Oh wow!
Actually, not just second to last. They're right there. They're giving up almost 10 points a game. So.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So that makes it a decent look as long as it's one of the better scrum halves in there. So Chapman being the one that comes to mind for me. I have no interest in their fly house right now until I see something better. Front row, yes, if McGuigan's in, see if he gets healthy.
Yeah, but
Ruskin, if he's healthy as well, that's a possibility as well. So yeah, depending on lineup,
another guy who should be, but is not somehow getting a
look. Yeah,
England look. Yeah,
I agree. And then OBs. So Thorley, yes. Carreras, if he's back at fullback, he's just not great at 10. So
no, not at the Prem level.
That's a little terrifying for me there.
Well, it kind of hurts them that they don't have too many quality backs, as you were mentioning. Like they don't have centers, so him at 10 is
yeah,
it's hard when you don't have guys who can run with you or keep.
Yeah, Harris just isn't an attacker, and he's the best. He's probably their best center that they have right now. Yeah. So he's just not an attacker. So for Gloucester are actually a little tougher on defense and fantasy wise. Their biggest weakness comes at the halfback positions. So maybe Will Edwards or Tommy Allen. Definitely Danny Carey, he'd be a yes anyway. So that's not really saying a whole lot. Their front row is still a little eyebrow, and Gloucester are also tough against front row, so that's a no.
And no Walker. So who's their
right? Marler is probably the only thing that I would be excited about in that front row right now. Or Low, excuse me.
Low, yes.
BB-8.
Yeah. BB-8.
For back row, Gloucester are tough against back row, and without a dominator in there, I don't know. Maybe Evans, and that's about it. Centers, okay, Andre, and that's about it because Gloucester are actually really good against centers. And then
what if they do Andre and Anyanwu? That would be
I'd be probably into both of them.
Yeah.
Northmore, maybe. I haven't seen the likes of him for a while. So
no,
and then outside backs, Murley and Nick David are probably plays, but Gloucester are decent. They're 5th against OBs, so just keep that in mind.
Really get the bearded one. Oh, beard.
Green.
Oscar Beard.
Oh, yeah. I'd like to see him at an outside back and not at 13. That's the big one for me on that one.
Don't disagree. All right, off to the rec, where nobody really wants to play.
The rec.
Are 10th in attack, 5th in defense. The Irish visiting are 5th in attack and 2nd in defense. So a lot of stinge going on. Bath, it surprises me that they're 10th in attack. I think that's more of, again, fantasy points, not so much reality. But at the same time, the front row, I would take the front row. I know Dunn got released, so
Stewart's been called in.
Stewart's been called in, but Obano's back.
Yeah, so for a bit, so it doesn't matter.
Right. But either way, that's basically it in the forwards. The Irish really shut down the back row, so we really wouldn't want to be leaning on like a Bayless or a Hill this week if you can avoid it.
Yeah.
Bailey's worth a start, but don't expect a lot. The Exiles are 9th versus centers, so that might be a good week for Ajomo and JJ. They are 1st against outside backs, so beware of the Bath outside backs. They can be tempting, but maybe not this week. On the other side, the Exiles, their front row, it's hard. It's hard to move away from them because it seems like the minute you sit them, they're going to put up like 20 or 30 points. So you kind of ride and die with them if you take the points that you get, and eventually they'll pay off. Chandler Cunningham South, Gonzo, Pearson in the back row, no one else really. Bath are strong against scrum halves, they're third, fly halves, they're fifth, centers, they're first. But seventh versus outside back. So I'd look at Loader, Cinti, and Stokes here. I've been hard, and certainly not Jennings. Even I would not use him as that sneaky center at halfback spot this week.
No, avoid it. Not unless he somehow gets the T.
Right.
That'd be the only reason.
Well, like unless he suits up a 10, in which case or something yeah.
Also that. Not ruling that out. All right. We have Northampton and Sale. This will be interesting. A couple of teams that can attack. Well, one team that can definitely attack, but one team that's also
really good defense.
And one team that just is bleeding points.
Right.
So this will be interesting. And Northampton are second on attack, but they're last in defense. Yeah. So that's a lot to say right there. Anywho. So let's start with Northampton, because Sale are. Let's start with Northampton. Sale are first in defense, which is not awesome in a lot of ways. Leaves things kind of like you got to rely on like the guys that haven't really shaken yet this year, and that's not a lot of them for Northampton. And then you got to really just hope that you can find a gap in there, which there ain't many. Without Sam Menabasi, that front row is completely useless for me. So next, yeah, Cole's if he's at 6 because he actually performed really well there, but that's about it in terms of that. Truck's probably the only forward I want otherwise. Scrum half. Do
you think was Ribbons released, or is he available?
I think he's released, yeah, but I still don't know if I want him at lock, because they are fourth against locks.
Yeah, it's not a good matchup. I'm just wondering if again there's some motivation there.
Yeah, maybe. Fly halves, we might see Furbank at 10, or we might see Grayson at 10. I don't know which one. Either way, I'm not really excited about it because Sale are fourth against fly halves. So.
Yeah.
Scrum half is a desperation play.
We may be seeing a different Sale 10, so
we'll see.
That may change that. If it's
we'll see what the system they use is as well. Centers is their weakest point. So that leaves Hutch and Dingwall. Dings might be suspended still.
Yeah. So Proctor.
So it'll be Proctor and Hutch, which is fine. Either or. Yep. I'm okay with either or. One of them in that case as well. We know that Northampton are leaky, but we have to find some players from Sale who are actually going to take advantage. They do have some, which is the good news.
Very good news.
But you just got to make sure you pick the right ones. Scrum half's actually not a position you want to pick, though, because Alex Mitchell apparently is a pain in the ass when it comes to defense, because they are second in against scrum halves. Front row, yep. Especially if Rod and like Ecker is in there, or Ashman, either one, I'm fine with that. Back row, yeah. So you're gonna go with DDP and really and JL probably if he's in there too. I think DDP's been banged up, but hopefully he's healthy soon. Jean-Luc at the very least is definitely going to be somebody you play, and then have a coin toss after that if you're really desperate. Have fun. No matter who's at fly half, it's a play because Northampton are second to last against fly half. So Ford, Dupree, it doesn't matter which one, go for it. They're last against centers. I don't trust any of the centers. It's the only thing. The only midfielder that's listed for Sale I trust is Roebuck, and he's going to be playing on the wing. So that's fine there. Either fullback is fine. Luke James or Joe Carpenter, that's good. And then whoever's on the other wing is actually probably okay too, honestly. It's been a few. It's been O'Flats. It's been Reed. They're all fine. So go ahead and give them a shout. Next.
All right. Off to the rematch of our visit to London.
Yes.
Leicester hosting Saracens. It'll be really interesting to see what both teams have, because obviously Sarries are missing quite a bit, but Leicester are missing some key players too. So but for Leicester, they're 11th in attack and 12th in defense, so it's really not been that impressive either way. Saracens are still first in attack and third in defense, and we kind of saw the attack be okay last time without the Six Nations players. The defense not so much. So we'll see if Leicester can take advantage of that. The players I'd look to there, still the front row is still a maybe because Montoya is there, and
he's so good
always
sometimes.
a threat. Visa could go have a monster day because again he'll be a little bit of a man playing against boys situation for him. Pollard, you're gonna have to hope he stays healthy, and can play the full match. Otherwise, I'm not sure it's worthy play. The centers may have some good options. I'm not sure. Again, I don't know who's available for them exactly at this point.
Porter, I think, is available, so that'd be my one.
Okay, that's right there. Yeah, he's a play.
Yeah.
I'd stay away from the outside backs though. At least the listed outside backs. What's his name? The scrum half.
Simmons,
Harry Simmons, who's come on, has been good. Harry Potter's actually had somehow a decent season. But at the same time, I don't think I wouldn't. Saris are pretty stacked in their wing depth, so I wouldn't really want to test that so much. For the Saris though, their front row is still a go. Wollstonecroft can still absolutely get it done. So can pretty much any of their hookers because they seem to have, even Theoden, they can ride the back of them all pretty easily, pretty well each. Also handing the loose. Ivan Van Zale is kind of reaching must start territory at this point. If he plays, because he's been really good. And then the backs, I'd look at Laws, Good, Shagan and Lewington could have a good match here.
You know who did
surprisingly okay sneaky good.
Yeah, you know who did okay for me in a pinch was Manu.
Yes, that's if he's playing, if they have him at 10 and Good at 15, I'm wondering if the way I was approaching it would be Good at 10 and Laws having the T.
Yeah, might see that. We'll see.
Might see that. Oh yeah, I don't know.
Neither do I.
Starts of the week.
Start of the week. So I got my start and my sitter from the same match. So this guy's been really consistent since he's been given his shirt. Came in for injury. Really had a hard time letting it go as long as he's in there. And I'm not sure he's had a bad week yet. So knock on wood, this is not the one where I put the hex on him. But my start of the week for this round of the Prem is Sales Joe Carpenter.
That's the worthy inclusion there. Yeah, that's good. My start of the week, I mentioned that the opponent is last against their position, and I don't know which one it's going to be of these two players. It even could be the third, potentially. Either way, start him. Whoever is at 9 for Bristol against Newcastle.
Okay.
Teed up for a good day, whether it's Urin, Randall, or
Porter.
Porter. All could be extremely quality.
There you go. Yeah. Be nice to see a Bristol 9 break out again.
Right.
All right. So my sit, as I said, from the same game, I have concerns over both the position and the player because the opposition's just a bunch of dicks usually. And this is just it's a tough time it's a tough team to play against. And I think this guy's confidence has been shaken a little bit. So my sit of the week for this round of the Prem is Northampton's James Grayson.
See, I went the same position, different player. I don't think that Borthwick dropped Finn Smith because he didn't want to see him play. So I get the feeling that Finn's going to start. So I think we're in the same position. Northampton 10 versus Sale.
Yeah. In general.
Because I think, I figured it would be Finn, but it could be Grayson too.
Could be, I don't know. I maybe he is available, and I don't know, but we'll see.
Right. Because he hasn't been playing, so I would hope he'd be available to play.
Right. And he
wasn't. And I think that's they'd want him to. What's up?
He wasn't held over for this camp either.
No, he was not. He was sent back.
Maybe he is in there. Maybe he is in there, and I just assumed he wouldn't be because of the time period. But maybe I'm wrong. We'll find out. Anyway, the pick of them.
Oh, they must be picked.
Bristol and Newcastle at Ashton Gate. I'm going to take Bristol.
I as well. The home team.
Yeah, that being really the difference between these two teams at this point.
Agreed. Although Bristol gave Newcastle a shout when they were up there. They punched him in the mouth.
Mm-hmm.
I remember we eventually were able to watch that match on TV.
Yes, that's right. That was that weekend too.
Yeah.
God, yeah, flashbacks all over the place here.
Right.
Gloucester and Quins. Fuck. Can we do that again next year?
Yes, please.
Let's do it. We'll plan to do it again next year at some point. Like,
yeah,
I know the World Cup's happening, so we'll have to go later in the year, but we'll plan to do it again. Gloucester and Quins.
I got the visitors. I got Harlequins.
Yeah, my only problem with Gloucester right now is their backline.
Who you throwing out there?
Right, like,
and even their forwards haven't been spectacular. Like Freddie Clark has been consistent, but not great. Like he was last year.
Not the player he was last year when he was very good.
Yeah, and they don't have their back row is a mess. I mean, Ben Morgan looks like an out of shape lock, and he's getting significant minutes at 8.
Back row.
No,
put Clement in there, please.
Right. I think Harlequins just can show up with their, with their backups and just outplay Gloucester still, because Gloucester don't play that good rugby right now.
Yeah, their defense is great, but they gotta find a way to attack.
And that's no what's his name? Harris.
Yeah,
likely.
Harris may.
He may.
Each club's different when it comes to the non-England players. So we'll see what Gloucester do. I know Mark McCall is pretty good about keeping anybody away that's not necessarily an England player, but is playing Six Nations.
Well, that's exactly you're paying these guys to be healthy, so give them a rest if they need it.
Yep.
But yeah, like that's what I'm saying. Like
if they international rugby,
right? Quins can still throw at Edwards and Andre and Anyanu, like I said, and that's a center combination right there. That's center combination. You're doing okay. And then they still have that depth at wing and Nick David, like they've got guys who can play. It's not a big deal.
David's in form. There's no doubt about that. Bath and London Irish. I'm gonna take the host.
I am as well,
especially if they play the way they played the last game we saw them before the break.
Indeed,
please,
and
that is the best team I want to watch. Right there.
Exiles are good at home. Like they're making their bones at home, not on the road. So
no, definitely not. Northampton Sale. I'm gonna take Sale because I think this is where we see George Ford.
Yeah, I think so too. And I think they're I think right now they're a better team.
Mm-hmm. The big one on Sunday, Leicester and Sarries.
I got Sarries.
Yeah, I'm going to take them because this is going to be a very even match, and in an even match, I'm going to take the team that is my guys. So that is pretty much the end.
I mean, I think that the only thing that's tipping in Leicester's favor here is that they're at home.
Yeah, and I mean,
it's not like
their halfback combo will certainly be something to note. If it's Youngs and Pollard as a Prem halfback combo, that's pretty good.
It is, but then again, Youngs is going to slow the game down, so that's going to help the Saracens' defense. Like if they get that much more time to organize themselves, that's going to be helpful when Leicester get their butt up. It's not I'd be much more like. Van Poortvliet scares me a lot more than Youngs does at the moment because of how Saracens play defense.
Yeah.
So I'm
sniping little fucker.
Right. Like you need to put pressure on. You need to make them like go before they're really ready. If you give them time to get set, stop. You're not really trying.
Yeah. Okay.
So and again, it is the backups, and there's a lot of backupery going around, even with for Leicester. Like shit, if Chesum was playing this match, I'd be a lot more scared.
Yeah, after seeing what he can do.
Yeah.
And he'd probably
and even Coley, right?
Yeah,
no Cole.
He'd be feeling himself.
That's gonna be problematic. That's gonna be more problematic for them than no Mako for Sarries.
Yeah. Not wrong. All right. Cool. So we'll have start sit sheet on Friday, Keep your eyes peeled on Friday for a special ep. We're going to talk about MLR with our good friend Eagles Overseas and the host of Eagle Eye Podcast, Bill Baker. And then
last year's Super Rugby stats will be our analytics will be uploaded to our Patreon for free in case you are interested in following along with that this year. Shit, that means I got to update those.
Make sure you get all the numbers crunched there, buddy.
Well, at least I got to, there's no need to put them out the first week or two. So yeah, I have a little bit of time to sort those out.
Yep. So I'll take care of that. Anyway, but yeah, we'll have the sheet out on Friday on Twitter's fantasyrugbypodcast@gmail.com. Like I've said, Peter Ben and I for questions, comments, concerns. Other than that, enjoy the return to the league action. Good luck in your matchups, and we'll see you all next week. Have a good one.
Later.
Good.